When I was 14, I started working in a record shop after school. So that was my first connection. So then I started to collect records and CDs, and doing my first mixes and playing like it was a classical way on birthday parties, on small parties. And when I finished school, I knew I would like to do something with music, but it was unclear what exactly I want to do. So first I went to the TV, and then to a radio station, and then I ended up at a record company. It's a culture clash, but yeah, I don't feel German, I don't feel Russian, I feel more like a free citizen of the world. It's always different. I mean, it depends on the tracks, but I need a certain energy. So, I mean, privately I listen a lot to jazz and indie music, and it's quiet, but when I write my own music, it has to be like, yeah, in a way it has to be strong. So it has to be always pushing forward. Not always, but this is what I really need. And yeah, how do I write music? It's a tricky question. Sometimes I sit on a plane and I write something. Sometimes I just walk and I have an inspiration. But it's always a fight. I feel myself more as a human, and music is a universal language. It doesn't matter if a woman or a man or a child is doing it, so it's just music. And so I mean, like, I'm coming from a time where we played records. DJing nowadays, it's not a big art, you know, especially with the syncing system. And but in my time, it was just about music. Nowadays, it's about how do I look like? Is my bra looking good? Am I half naked and stuff like that? I'm out of this movements. Actually, I'm not trying to describe myself. I guess it's like, when you meet me on a private side, I'm a little bit different and I'm rested. But when I go on stage, it's just like a certain amount of energy I'm trying to give. And for me, it's super important that I get the connection with the audience, that we have a change of emotions. And I'm also a little bit of an old school artist. I mean, I don't have a computer. I do have computers, but I don't have it on stage. I don't play with the computer. I look in the crowd. I look in the eyes. I want a connection. It's a feeling. So I'm going on stage to get the energy from the people and to give the people energy. And it's about an exchange of energy. And if I get this connection, I feel really lifted. So, you know, I mean, you don't need drugs to feel happy. So it's not, I'm not against drugs, I don't want to say something about that, but if I have a good evening and a good connection with the crowd and they feel me and I feel them, I feel like I am on drugs. The people who listen to my music or who come to the parties, I mean, voices are either you like a voice or you don't like it, it's always 50-50. So, and I guess the people who are coming to the parties where I play, they like my voice, so they want to hear it.
31 октября. Вот и солнце, пройдись мне что ли. Вот и солнце, пройдись мне что ли. Вот и солнце, пройдись мне что ли. Это возможно не так.
Russian time and Russian disco.
when I said like writing tracks, it's always a fight. Maybe the people don't understand it, but what I meant is when you start writing a track, you think like, oh, it's really good, and 2 days later you think it's shit. Then you get this, oh no, it's really good, and then you end up again, oh yeah, it's super great, no, it's shit, and this is what I mean with a fight. It's always like, I'm trying to make timeless music for myself. This is like super important. I'm not thinking like, oh, this sound is great right now, or this is like what the dance floor like. I don't care about that. So sometimes I do something, people don't like it, but it's okay for me. 5 years later, they like it. And it's authenticity. So I am not thinking of how can I do something to be successful. I really do what I want. And this is like the freedom I have, or the freedom I need to express myself. I'm not trying to tell any stupid story which is not real. I mean, you know, when you listen to my lyrics, it's always a personal story. Sure, in terms of when you write, you have to keep certain levels of frames, and I use some words, but I'm never sit down and create a story like telling something about which is not me. I mean, when you listen to radio or pop productions, yeah, and the sun is shining today, and come on, we go out and we dance, and it's created. So what you get from me is my stuff. Get the good sides and the bad sides, and the suffering and the happiness and everything. Is it an English word? You have it. It's amoeba. You know, this animal who's always like changing and shifting. Let me say it that way. I would be way more successful if I would put myself in a frame. I would say like, okay, I am the techno queen. I play 2 hours a straight techno set, and I do this and that, and I know which knobs to press or push. How can I create a look or a CI? But I just don't do it because I do it for other people, and it's okay to see it works there. I don't need it. You all have to stay adventurous, and I really think they would teach in school how to work with your mind. So this is important for me, because some people, are like 70% of the population, gets more and more sick, anxious, fear of the future. All this, I gotta stay in the present, carpe diem, yoga. So just deal with your mind and you'll be fine. There's a big difference between having a full mind or being mindful. So, and people need to learn again, especially in terms of music. You listen to your music and you listen just to music. You go outside, you see 2 trees, and not 2 trees, 5 cars, and distraction. So be mindful and all gonna be good, because when you're well managed in your head, nothing can happen to you. When you are happy, you're in a state of pleasure. You like to stay in the state of pleasure because you are happy. And surely it's easier to deal with bad emotions or turn them into music, because when I'm happy, I'm happy, you know, I'm on the beach or I'm with my dog, I don't make music. So, but it's, I prefer to deal with my dark sides. Yeah, but it doesn't fit to me, you know, I mean, like I'm a very positive person. When my friends need help, I'm the first one to encourage them. But when I work on the creative sides, and mostly I like to work in the night, and it's just like, I like to work with the dark sides. It's easier for me than to... I don't see myself saying something happy. Maybe one day. But even if I write love songs, it's still dark love songs.